Hello, and welcome to this edition of Byte-Sized Bible Blessings. I woke up this morning at 2 o'clock and could not go back to sleep. And for some reason, I decided to open my Bible app and go to 1 Samuel. It's a great scripture to go to for Mother's Day, which was kind of ironic because it is Mother's Day. But the message that I got out of here is not really for mothers. It's for everyone with a dream. Now, the center of our story is Hannah, and Hannah was a barren woman, and in her day and age, that is the worst thing that can happen to somebody. Hannah was married to a man named Elkanah, and he had 2 wives. Now, understand that God never condones polygamy. It was a cultural thing and sometimes done out of necessity, and that may be the case here because you see Hannah was barren, and so he might need to go find another wife who could have children so he would have heirs. Now, Peninnah was making life miserable for Hannah. And our story shows Elkanah taking his family to Shiloh, to where the tabernacle was, to offer sacrifices. They would go for feasts and festivals. And we see the family traveling. And we see that Elkanah loved Hannah very much. He gave her a double portion at the dinner. And when she told him how sad she was that he had children, he said, "But you have me," which is something a lot of husbands might say. But Hannah wanted that child. She needed that so badly. In that culture, that was their identity. And so what does Hannah do? Hannah goes to God. And I was just struck by her courage in knowing that she could go to God for a personal prayer. You see, she didn't have Sunday school and Bible study and these things with all their apps and commentaries on it. She couldn't read, but somehow she knew that she could go to God. And we see in verse 10, she was in bitterness of soul and prayed to the Lord and wept with anguish. And Eli, the priest, sees her praying and sees her mumbling and accuses her of being drunk. And she says, no, I'm just praying to the Lord. And I've got a commentary that says this is the only place in the Bible where silent prayer is noted. And I kind of have to wonder why it was a silent prayer. And I got to tell you, I just kind of think maybe she was afraid if she said it out loud, it would become very real. Somebody else might know that she had a dream, and God would know she had a dream. And if she trusted him with the dream, then there was the chance that not only might the dream never come true, which wasn't probably going to happen anyway, but now what if it doesn't come true and I've trusted God with it? Now I've got to deal with God not answering my prayer. And I'm going to tell you, after my husband died, I struggled with dreaming. And I'll confess that I've kind of gotten into the habit of saying, you know what? You tell me what to do and I'll do it. I've been very blessed. Wonderful things have come my way, and very few of them have I truly prayed for. He's just sent me the most wonderful people and this husband that is so amazing. But again, part of me has been afraid to go forth with a dream because so many dreams died with Paul. But you know what the scripture taught me today? You see, if we only go to God and say, you do what you tell me what to do and I'll do it, that is obedience. And obedience is great, but obedience is the act of a slave. Slaves are only allowed to do what they are told. They're not allowed to dream. They're not allowed to think outside of the box. They're not allowed to have better hopes for themselves or their families. That's the life of a slave. No, the life of a child of God is one that is free to dream, especially those dreams that he put in our hearts. And so we need to follow the model of Hannah and take our prayer to God and trust him with it and know that, you know what, if it doesn't turn out the way that I hoped, it's going to come out the way that it was meant to be, and he will make good of it. And then we can be like Hannah. You see, after she told Eli why she was praying the way she was praying, he blessed her. And she said, "Let your maidservant find favor in your sight." So the woman went her way and ate, and her face was no longer sad. So let's follow in the footsteps of our sister Hannah. Let's go to God. Let's not be afraid to dream, to lay them at his feet, and to walk away smiling, knowing that he is a God who can do exceedingly abundantly all that we ask or think, that He has great plans for us, that He knows what is best, and that He is going to make all things work for the good of those who are called according to His purpose. I hope you have a great week.